Be sure to check out my latest video, Back to the Future 2017. I will catch you girls and guys later. Peace. This is so neat. Oh my God. Wow. Really nice. Look at this one. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to pull it up. Like that Namor. Yep. Spider-Man Homecoming. Brother Voodoo. Sean. Got the Deadpool, what's that called? What are those called? You know what I'm talking about. Diecast. Unmasked Black Panther I have. I think 2 of those at home. Okay, Kaz and Zena. Taker. They got these. Some earlier Spider-Mans. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by my fake Darth Maul from China. Alright, so you know how we do it on this channel. Let's get into some comics. Oh yeah. Now you know what time it is. Stopping and refueling. Definitely love these burgers. Love this Mark Brooks cover. So I guess this is where you pick up the orders. What's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And today I'm going to do an unboxing of my Walmart.com pickup. And I'm also going to do a small haul. So let's go ahead and let's see what we got in this thing right here. Y'all ready? All right, let's crack this thing open and see what we got. All right, we almost got it open. Let's go ahead and get this thing out. Bam! And here's what we got fresh out of the package. This is Jessica Drew Spider-Woman. Oh my God, I am so happy to have this back in my collection. Like I said, you know, I just did kind of like a toy drive and gave away a lot of my toys to kids that were unfortunate, but I knew I would be able to buy them back. So I'm slowly buying them back. And, you know, every time I order from Walmart.com, I only had one bad experience. And that was with the Marvel Legends up there, his Newt. You know, I had a bad experience with the Newt. But other besides that, every time Walmart's been consistent with the, you know, the beauty of the boxes, especially selects. You can mess up their boxes pretty bad, you know, buying them off of Amazon or whatever. And I'm not the type of person that bursts mine out of the package. So the package and the toy and the inside action figure is just as important, you know, especially the package. I love to have a nice mint on card package. But anyway, this is Jessica Drew, and she comes with 3 Hydra agents. Very cool. And they also come with a stand that you can set her up on. So Very cool. Glad to have her back in my collection. This is basically one of the first, 4 or 5 selects that I ever bought. And once you lose something and you get it back, you have a better appreciation for it. I've never lost my appreciation for my selects, but hey, it is what it is. So here's a cool look at the front of the box. And here's a cool look at the side of the box. Very cool. And here's a very cool view of the back of the box. I still have my Gambit. I don't have my Cyclops. Um, but definitely glad to still have my Gambit. There's a cool comic book, Spider-Woman number 20, which I don't have, her and Spider-Man. Definitely want to get that in my collection. Love the Diamond logo. Diamond Selects have been doing pretty good as far as their statues and stuff like that. But I'm kind of like bougie when it comes to statues, even though I don't own any. Definitely, if I was to collect statues, I definitely would be a Bowen or a Sideshow collectible guy. So this is a very cool look at the back of the box. And there you have it once again. So, all right, you know how we do on this channel. Let's get into some comics. Wow, this is so cool. Part of my childhood.
I should have got that. This is nice.
Yeah, it's a nice Batman symbol. How much is it?
Um,
So I'm downstairs in the dungeon just looking over some of my X-Force run. And, I pulled them out just to have it as a backdrop. But the great thing was is that I caught another 50-cent sale at Second and Charles. If you can see, this is the Harley Quinn right here, if you allow my sexy fingers to interrupt your video. And, I also bought some boards. So that's where you see the 3. Hold on, let me focus right quick. Is it going to focus? Focus, camera, damn it. All right, but that's where you see the 392 and all that kind of stuff. But if you look down, you'll see 75, 75, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. And I was definitely glad to, hit up that 50-cent sale, man. I definitely glad to, go through that dollar bin and get some 50-cent comics. So let's go ahead and show you some of the 50-cent comics while we're at it. Okay, so the first 50-center that I picked up is Wolverine number 25. This is actually Enemy of the State number 6 of 6. I definitely want to get this whole run in my collection. John Romita Jr. Did the cover and the inside. And I just think it's pretty cool, man. If you're a Wolverine fan, I always hear Enemy of the State is something that you definitely have to have in your collection. And this is Wolverine versus the X-Men. which is always pretty cool to see Wolverine go at it with the X Men. And your next Wolverine book that I picked up is Wolverine number 34. This is Marvel Knights. This is around the House of M. Matter of fact, this is the House of M event. And I already have this in my collection, but the reason I picked it up is because I needed another book to get me to $25. And I also do really, really love how the artist drew Mystique on the front. I think that's one of the sexiest Mystique's drawings that I've seen in a long time. And in this book, it was funny to find out that Wolverine always wanted to be Nick Fury. He actually has like admiration for him. So I thought that was cool because Wolverine and Nick Fury, they're kind of like two different characters, but you can see why Wolverine would look up to him, being the fact that he was in the military a lot. Hence the skull back there with the patch over it. That's kind of like a nod to Nick Fury. So this is House of M. Very cool. And let's go. Okay, and speaking of House of M, this is the next book that I picked up. This is House of M, The Day After. This is a one shot. Decimation, Mutants No More. Very cool Sentinel cover. Definitely glad to have this in my collection because I think this may be the book where when I open it up, Blob has lost his powers and he's just a big pile of skin. So I can't wait to crack that open and see what's on the inside. Definitely would love to have a complete House of M run, but House of M has a lot of stories. I'm talking about a bunch of comics that goes with it, and they're not as common. I don't see House of M comics all over the place everywhere. I usually just see the same ones in the dollar bins when I look for them. So pretty cool. Now, if you really want to see a cool comic book cover, this is a very cool comic book cover. This is Captain America number 28 with Sin on the front cover. Sin being the daughter of the Red Skull. Sin is very sexy to me. Definitely love the red hair with the freckles. And, she's just bad to the bone, which makes her even more sexy. So definitely love her. And I think that's the Serpent Society in back of her. And very cool, man. Look at those thigh-high boots, man. Sin is... and I hate the fact that they actually now her face is a skull like her father's. I just prefer Sin looking like this. I really thought she was an intriguing character when she held her own. All right. So one day I was looking over my books in the dungeon and I realized that my Heroes for Hire was ticked up pretty bad. So I actually, picked this up as soon as I went to the comic book shop the next time. Definitely love Black Cat, man. I like what they're doing with her character. And Marvel Comics, they're actually making her like Wilson Fisk, like the Kingpin. And she's cutthroat, and I definitely like the way her character is going, even though she's always been a ripoff of Black Cat. And you have the Daughter of the Dragons behind her, so that's a very cool cover. Heroes for Hire #1 around the time of Civil War. So here's another cool cover. This is Black Panther number 26, and this actually stems off of the new Fantastic Four when Reed Richards and Susan Storm weren't in the group for some other odd reason, and Storm and actually Black Panther actually joined the Fantastic Four. So it was a pretty cool concept, man. Michael Turner did the actual Fantastic Four covers, and that's just a really, really, really cool time to be reading Fantastic Four when Black Panther and Storm had joined. So when I saw this, I said I don't have it in my collection, and for 50 cents, why not? So yeah, I'm watching my Dusty Rose DVD downstairs, but this is X Factor, the Feelings Covenant, and this is 106. It's a pretty cool, man. I know one of these Phalanx Covenant books actually has the first appearance of, I think, Monet. A lot of people pronounce her Monette, but it's actually Monet. The T is silent. So I can't wait to crack this thing open and put it with the rest of the the Phalanx Covenant that I do have that spans over X Men, X Factor, and a couple more of the X books. And I just need to do my homework on it and see whose first appearance it is. So, very cool. All right, let's get into some DC. So, this is Green Lantern number 63 from April of 2011. This is the prelude to the War of the Green Lanterns. And I picked it up because I definitely love this cover, man. Definitely love all the colors that's on it. It's a very cool cover, and yeah, man, I just really digging this cover, and I definitely like Green Lantern too. So, very cool. Anytime I see the death of Superman, any of the books out of it, I'm definitely gonna pick them up, especially if they're for a cheaper price. Almost sure I paid like 125 for this book, or no, I did it in a 50 cent run, so it's probably like 70 cents. So definitely love this cover, man. Doomsday looking at Superman and all the blood. It just takes me back to my childhood, and I do know that this is my second copy, so very cool. So I'm really looking for the Bronze Age Red Sonja or the real old school Red Sonja books. But in the meantime, if I see something for 50 cents, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. Even though I don't really read the Red Sonja books, I just pick them up for the covers. I really like this Red Sonja cover. I thought it was pretty cool, and glad to have this in my collection. And I'm just gonna start collecting some of her comics when I see them, especially if they're old school or if the covers actually are really nice. Definitely like the direction that Red Sonja is going in. So very cool. So this is Aquaman number 6. Let's see what year it's from. 2012, and this says Mera Unleashed. And man, I'm not like Wolverine where I have a fondness for redheads, but I think I do. A lot of women that I end up liking in the comic books are actually redheads, and I'm actually infatuated by Mera. I think she's a very cool character. Her powers are called like hydrokinesis or something like that, where she can control water. And I thought it was very cool, man. I definitely like this cover. Glad to have it in my collection. And yeah, there you have it. Very cool, man. Very cool. So we're at the point of the video where you asked me, hey, Fred Hall, Direct Edition, what are you reading right now? And this is what I'm reading right now. This is actually a Wizard number 22 from back in the day. It's actually a fold out cover. Hold on, let me fold it out for you. This is a cool fold out cover with some of the X Men villains, and definitely like that. All right, so let's get into your main events. Your first main event is going to be Deadpool number 3. This is a Clayton Crane cover. Very cool cover. As you can see, this is during the time of the Secret Invasion. So definitely love this book, man. Glad to have it in my collection. And didn't stop there with Deadpool. So this is your first main event. Let's look at your second main event. And there you have it. I finally have it. Merc with the Mouth. This is a cover swipe from Silence of the Lambs. So very cool, man. Glad to have it in my collection. And I would like to collect all the covers from Merc with the Mouth because they're all cover swipes and they're very cool. And so this is your second main event, and we're going to do 3. So let's see what the third one's going to be. And your last main event is going to be this Star Wars number 1. This is a variant from the Loot Crate. And when I picked it up, I bought it for $1.25. Didn't think anything of it. When I bought it home and eBayed it. This is easily a $20 book. Easily a $20 book. My son was screaming upstairs. I had to see what was going on. But yeah, man, these are your cool 3 main events, and definitely glad to have them in my collection. And so, once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. You girls and guys be safe out there. Remember words of wisdom. Focus on the ones that show you love, and then the ones that don't show you love, we're just going to forget about them and keep moving. You guys be safe out there, and I will catch you guys and girls later. Peace.